where are you going?
Hi, just up here. I just,
Mind if I tag along?
well, I just sort of wanted to get away, to be alone.
Alone? Why? The party is just getting started.
I know, but I don't really like the crowds. I know this is all to celebrate Grandpa Sam and his journeys and so on, but I just don't see the point of gathering together like this.
That's what we do. We grow, we sway, we gather.
Yeah, the grain runs in our veins. I know, but I just don't see the point.
The point? The wheat farmer used to be one person. Now it's like, I don't know, lots of us.
Did you learn to count?
You don't need counting skills to know a bunch is a lot more than one.
Still, I think the old days would have been cool. The lone man on the prairie, stoic, carrying the world on his shoulders.
I've heard all about the old days when the flattening was young and all the farmers were men.
That's not what I meant.
You don't think I can do what you do?
I didn't mean...
I know more about seed and soil and rain than anyone. And the appliances. Do you know what they do?
No.
Well, I do. At least some of them. I take them apart and put them together, and sometimes I make them do stuff that's hard to imagine. So what makes you think you are so much better than me?
I don't. I don't want to be a wheat farmer.
What?
All my life, it has been the only option open to me. But now that I'm in a barn filled with 117 wheat farmers, yes, I can and did count them, who have come together to remember the days gone by. The story's got me thinking.
Sounds to me like you stopped thinking. There's no job better than being a wheat farmer.
That's just it. Being a wheat farmer is not a job. It's just a theocratic servitude. A life committed to the labors outlined in the great almanac. Doing the bidding of a goddess who has not spoken to anyone since our great-great-grandfather Sam established the new order 200 years ago. Now we continue to abide the book and memorize the story of adventure, but never embark on adventures of our own.
But the wheat farmer never leaves the farm.
Now you sound like an old movie. And by that I mean the sort of story that our ancestors used to tell each other, that would be told the same way every time, word for word, without variation.
We learn from our stories. If I tell the stories differently from the way they were told to me, and those I tell change it again, then soon all the knowledge within it will be lost.
But the stories are dead, and we are alive. As long as we adhere to the exact and literal word of every story passed down to us, we are just as dead as the words and just as much as the slaves to history as we are to the land.
I am not a slave.
You think you're not? I don't know. Maybe you aren't. But I think that I am, and therefore I am.
I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do?
Can you fix me like you fixed the far-seeing machine or the Spinotron gadget or the auto-word device? Yes, I've heard about you. They call you the Fixer. They said you're touched by the goddess.
I just like to tinker.
That's why they're so scared of you.
What?
Even before you came down to my farm, when your name was mentioned, people looked down at the dirt and kicked the gravel with their boots.
They all say that what I'm doing is important. They even gave me my own barn.
With a lock?
Of course, in case someone comes to steal stuff.
The poachers are no more. They're part of our blood, part of our stories, but no longer part of our nature.
Still, there's always a chance that...
Is the lock on the inside or the outside?
The outside, of course, to make sure that...
That you are locked in.
No, But...
Well, at least they let you out to come here.
Did you say that this was your farm?
That's what they keep telling me.
But this is the original farm, isn't it? The one that Sam lived on and brought the others to?
It's where all the bodies are buried.
That sounds like a joke.
If you can't laugh about your dead relatives, who can you laugh about?
But living here, where it all began? That's amazing. How could you not be just... I don't know, just zonkered to be living here?
Zonkered?
Yeah, zonkered.
You know what that word means?
Yeah, my dad uses it all the time. It means something like, I'm so in love with the land that I'm going to lie down in it right now and go to sleep.
That's what Songkard means?
I might be paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing one word into 21.
Who cares? It's only a word.
But words are cool. I'd rather work a metaphor than a crop.
You're weird.
So are you.
Whoa! What was that?
Don't worry, they happened all the time.
The world disappeared for a moment. I wasn't here.
I call it all the time. From what I can figure, it comes down to us questioning the nature of our world. Ever since the great earth flatteners rained down the blue gold anvils upon us, we have lived in a world held together as much by the weather as by the idea of weather.
Grandpa Sam, he used to travel to a world beyond ours, a world of nothing.
Not nothing.
No, you're right. Not nothing. The goddess was there, Al, the almanac. But she was just a dream.
She was not just a dream. She was the dream. She was an idea.
Then are you trying to suggest that there are two worlds? One that is physical, the one we are standing on now, and the one that's conceptual, that we could travel to through the white, through the nothing rift?
No, I think that what is happening is that we have always lived in both. One foot in one.
And 1 foot in the other? I don't find this very comforting.
But here you are, still on this path.
This isn't a path. We're in a field of wheat.
Doesn't it bother you that this isn't even wheat?
Every crop we farm is wheat. That's where the name comes from.
And yet it is not. That tool you carry.
My restored tri-jabby.
Yeah, it isn't useful for anything here. Just helps to visually define your role.
I could jab you with it.
What I'm saying is...
I could triple jab you.
But you won't.
I will if I have to. I can't let you leave.
Get a grip.
On my tool?
On your view of reality. We're almost there.
Where?
I don't know.
Things are starting to look different.
I think so too.
No one used to agree with me when I would say that. I once showed my dad a leaky fire bucket generator, and I told him it looked different, and he said it looked the same, and to just put it in a hole and start to bury it.
That's not the end of the story.
No. I went and dug it back up, and then took it to the back of the barn where I'd been collecting the bendies and the pop keys and began bending and poking it. I couldn't sleep or eat until the difference I could see inside of it was on the outside where everyone could see it. In the morning, I could put wheat in the top, and from the bottom came the fire water.
That must have felt great.
It did, for a few days, until I wanted to do it again. They still didn't really believe me that the appliances, the things we've been burying for all these years, they are...
alive.
Yes.
And we are blind most of the time to this and to...
everything.
And now here we are, at the edge of the world.
How? Was this always here?
You know the answer.
It's only here when we need to find it.
Scary.
That's for sure.
Yep.
What do we do now?
We could go back.
We probably should. They'll be waiting for us.
They can wait.
It's what they've always been good at.
Then you think we should go back?
Nah, we should go on.
Yeah, let's go.